Howdy. We're back. Dan's in Europe, but his hologram is here.
I've left my body behind.
Yeah.
It's just for the sole reason of entertaining our massive audience.
Yeah, exactly. Essentially, today we are being creative once again, and finding something to talk about while Dan is enjoying his time in what at this point, let's guess, you're going to probably be...
Well, it depends when we post it, realistically.
Yeah. Either way, he's going to be in Europe. So today's video is we're going to be rating all Arsenal players at this point in the season.
Yeah.
It's an early...
We're currently midway through March, before the international break.
Yeah.
So we figured, you know what? Let's just see how we've rated everyone so far.
Yeah, so this is just after the Palace game.
Yep.
So
Palace on the site where
who knows? When we post this, we could have a couple L's under our belt.
Nah, I'd back the boys.
Unlikely, but yeah, exactly. So we're going to be rating every single player who's
not done this
played
beforehand. We've literally just done.
This is off the cuff as
Off
well.
the
This is
cuff.
just straight off the dome.
But yeah, every player has played like 45 minutes, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Except for the youth ones. I don't know how many youth players.
Yeah,
played
there's a
for
couple
us.
youth players, but also no.
Like Real Walters played in pre-season. We're not rating him.
No.
So
All right, we're going to start off from the goalkeepers.
I'm gonna go Turner first.
Okay,
What do you
Matt
reckon?
Turner. I think for Arsenal, I think. Do you want to give? Do I want to give my rating first, or do I want to explain it first?
Either.
Either.
I'm easy.
I'll get there eventually. I think
Half an hour
Turner.
later.
I mean, really, he's only played Cup and Europa. Really, like that's what the second keeper really is.
Yes. Although didn't
in-
Ramsdale start most recently in the Europa?
In the most recent loss to Sporting Lisbon, yes, he did in fact lose.
Which apparently you said that
did in
wrong on
fact.
TikTok.
Yes.
Apparently you said it wrong on TikTok.
Yeah, someone decided that they were going to tell me that Sporting Lisbon was wrong, but it's totally not.
This is not.
It's just not wrong. But anyways, they're
Sporting
they're
CP
sporting.
there,
They do
right?
sport in Lisbon, so I'm not wrong. Anyways, Turner, I'm going to give him a 6.
Yeah.
I mean, when he played in the Europa League group
Yeah,
stage,
you know what?
we got through, didn't we?
Yeah.
In the cups, we obviously hadn't done that well, but
Yep.
I don't know. He's a decent keeper. I think he's got stuff he needs to work on.
I think he's a good backup.
Yeah, as a shot stopper, he's very good.
Yep.
But
We were blessed with Ramsdale and Leno, which were
Yeah.
two world-class keepers, just in different aspects. in
I
my
would say
opinion,
Turner's
so-
pretty similar to Leno as a player.
Yeah, we haven't really seen it. We haven't seen him get consistent minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm also going to go 6.
Yeah.
So just kind of agree with that. He's not really had a lot of time to, show what he can do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But we're going to move swiftly on to Aaron Ramsdale, the starting keeper.
Yep.
Honestly, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I be honest?
I'll be honest.
I've really rated his season so far.
Yeah.
He's had a couple here and there where he's still 23, which is very young for a goalkeeper. But he's had a couple blunders here and there. But apart from that, he has kept us in games at the best of times.
Yeah.
He's been an absolute monster, making some saves, some absolute crucial saves, especially recently. And if he keeps this up, I'm happy to give him an 8.
Yeah, I was going to say...
I'm close to going 8.5 with
I think
some of the saves he's made.
I'm going to do 8. I'm going to do 8. And you know what? I think there is... You know what? You're right. He does... Like, he keeps us in games. His distribution, being able to actually play with his feet, is up there with Edison. And I think that's it, really.
Yeah.
Alisson. I mean, Alisson's good, but... yeah, I think the only reason Ramsdale doesn't get higher for me is he just needs to get past that like ADHD
the
phase
little bozo moments
that he just
has.
can't concentrate
Yeah,
in times where he's just like not doing anything, and then we just concede a goal. There's been so many times that we probably should have kept clean sheets, even though he's top of clean sheets stats right now.
Yep. Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah. So
should have been another one last night, but
yeah, and that's the thing. There should have been another one then. And there's games that he just like where it's like we'll concede one shot in the game and it'll go in.
Yeah, exactly. But and then there's an argument to say it's not always his fault either. But
No, not at all.
I think he does. After seeing the Europa League exit, he does need to work on his penalties though.
Yes.
which is one
Yeah.
criticism I might have of him.
Yeah.
Which is also probably why we bought in Matt Turner. So
Yep.
we'll move on to the
Yep.
defense.
Yep.
We'll go right to left. Start with the backup again.
Yeah.
You can call Tommy a backup. So
Tommy's a backup.
Tommy Asu.
Yeah, Tommy Asu. I'd say because he started the season, didn't he? At the start of the season,
No.
it was Tommy Asu starting.
Ben
No,
White.
was it?
Ben White's been the starting right back for the whole
The
season.
entire
I'm pretty
time?
sure. Fairly sure, honestly.
Yeah. Either way, I'd give Tommy a 7.5.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think he's been good. Like when he's played, he's been like you're right. I understand your reaction because there's been a lot of games that he is.
You're
just
saying he's almost been as good as Ramsdale?
Ramsdale as a goalkeeper though. This is as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, but
Ramsdale's
like-
an 8.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. For me, he's not quite been a level. He's not been up to.
I think-
he's not as good as he was last season. Like we relied on him so much last season. He's not been anywhere near that for me this season.
No, and I agree. But I think last season I would have given him much higher than a 7.5.
and I'm gonna give him like a 6.5
Okay.
because he's
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? Like that's I don't know.
well.
I don't know.
Alright.
Either way,
Well, there it is. Ben White.
Ben White 8.5 for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Look,
8.5, Mr. Consistent. Apart from maybe the last couple of weeks, he has been up there as our top 2 most consistent
last
players the
couple of
entire
weeks
season.
he kind of has had a bit of a lull.
Yeah,
but
but then he had it was a couple of weeks ago that he had a bit of a lull. Arteta took him out of the team. Tommy played, and then he's come back in, especially
Against
last
Man
night.
City,
Last
yeah,
night
yeah.
was one of the best games I've watched him play since he's like one
it
of
was
his
a,
best games in
it
an
was a
Arsenal shirt.
masterclass from him.
That was
so
an
good.
amazing game to watch from Ben White. 8.5, even pushing 9 for me, but
Yeah.
I'll stick to an 8.5.
I want to say 9, but
Yeah.
and then you know what, I'm gonna say 9. I'm
Okay.
gonna say 9 because that just says a lot about what I'm gonna give the forwards players later.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm gonna give him a 9
Yeah.
because he's been so good. Hey?
Yeah.
I think he's probably been him and Gabriel have been our best defenders
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so onto the centre backs. We'll start from again the 2 that don't play as much.
All right.
We'll start with Kivior. For me, Kivior, obviously he's only come in January.
Literally
right?
played his first
He's been
10
here for
minutes
2
last
and a
night
half
against
months.
Palace.
Played his first minutes in the Premier League. I actually don't want to give him a rating.
Yeah,
I actually don't feel as though
I
a
agree.
rating is fair.
I agree.
I think instead,
played 70 minutes.
I'll say this that
He's not even played like 90 minutes total yet.
No,
so.
no, and that's the thing. Now, I don't think it's fair to give him a rating just yet. But I think he has glimpses, like of the games that we've seen him play. He has glimpses of how you can tell. Like last night, he came on, he did all right, got on the ball a bit. The other 2 games where he has had, has played was the 2 Europa League games against Sporting, which obviously the
Which
team
he
in
didn't.
general.
No, he didn't play the second one.
Oh no, he didn't, did he? He played. But he
played
started
70
the first
He
one.
played 71 minutes in the first one,
Yeah.
and then he came on for
and
like
he
10
wasn't,
minutes
and it wasn't that
against
great.
Palace.
He was supposedly at fault for the first goal. I don't know necessarily how much I could blame him there, but yeah, I
But
don't
he
want to
looks-
give Kivior a rating, but also he looks decent.
I think
he looks
give
like a
him
good
more
backup.
time. From what we've heard about, he set new training ground
Yeah.
records. He's been good in training.
Yeah,
I think he'll adjust and he'll probably beef up
Yeah.
a bit, and he will.
yeah,
He'll
and he's
be
a,
good.
and he's a good backup to Gabriel. I
But he's
think.
not played 90 minutes
No.
yet, so I'm not going to rate him.
No.
Holdini.
Yeah, this is going to be super recency bias.
Can I give him a 5.32? No?
What is that?
5.32? Nah, like
That's the thing. And Holding, he is that player, isn't he? When you want to solidify it at the back, and
he has been Mr. Reliable,
yeah,
and his hair is back.
yeah,
That's the revival of the season for me.
Yeah.
Is that haircut, that trim? He's now fucking looking like Jack Grealish out
Yeah.
here, with bigger calves. But at the end of the day, I think he does what he does what
he
we
does
want
what he
him to do.
needs to, and
And he started last night against Crystal Palace,
and he was phenomenal last
and he was
night,
really
wasn't he?
good. He was probably our best. Oh no, well Ben White, but
Ben White for me,
But
but
he was
Holding
really
was yeah.
so you know what? I'm gonna he does what it says on the box. I'm gonna give him a 7.
Okay, I was going to say 6.5. I think just because he doesn't play as much, I don't know if he can. Because if he started half the games this season, I don't know if he would be as good as he. But obviously,
Well, yeah.
the rating is based off what he's done. So yeah, I don't know, 6.5 for me.
Let's go right-sided centre back and Saliba.
Saliba.
Up there for one of the best chants in the world.
Yeah, for sure. Saliba for me, start of season started phenomenally.
Phenomenal.
Everyone was singing his praises, even just throughout the league in general.
And his name.
Yeah. And I'm gonna give him a 8.5.
Ooh. What? So you think he's been as good as Ben White as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he only really had a couple of game spell, similar to Ben White. I think he only had a couple of game spell where he was a bit average, and then he got through
recently, in the last 5 games that we've won,
that. Yeah,
he's been good. Yeah. No. Okay. That's fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
I
I will probably. What you said, 8.5. I'll probably. That spell after the World Cup. That spell after the World Cup and the 3 games we lost, he was pretty. I'm gonna
change that to an 8.
I'm gonna give him an 8 as well.
Change that to an 8 for me, because
I want to give
yes,
Gabriel.
I want to give him.
I almost want to give him a 9.
Well, I was thinking about that, but I thought he does still have that moment every now and then, doesn't he?
No, that's the thing. He doesn't, and it's probably in him. It's probably in him deep inside, but he hasn't for.
He hasn't for a while.
He hasn't for 20 odd games.
Yeah,
and you think back to the one against Fulham, right, where he gave it away, but he also then won us the game.
yeah. Yeah, I see. My rating is like a kind of a combination of both between like, that position, but also as a player in the team.
Yeah.
Like, as in, if I want to give him a 9, there's players that I think are better than him, but I
Yeah.
would give that player a 9. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking for me. Saliba 8, Gabriel 8.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 8.5 as well. I think Gabriel's been probably the best defender. Him and Ben White have been the best, most consistent.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what about that?
Zinchenko.
No, do Tierney first.
Oh, sorry, Tierney.
Tierney.
Which he loves to do that, doesn't he?
Okay.
Again, probably pretty similar to Holding, Tierney, isn't he?
Yeah, he does what it says on the box. He's trying to do the inverted Zinchenko role a bit,
Yeah.
and it's
It's not the
He
same.
doesn't have.
To be fair, last night when he came on, got the assist, didn't he? Against Palace.
that was when he was out wide. That
yeah.
was more,
And he another cross. Tierney's crosses are beautiful.
Since when we were in the trenches, Tierney's crosses were
when he
one
first
of the
came
only
in.
things getting us through it.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I just said pretty similar to Holding in my head, so I think
the injuries is what's kind of hurt us.
Yeah.
A bit, but I'm happy to give Tierney a 6.5.
yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Honestly,
I was gonna do a 6.5. Yeah.
And it's a shame to see him drop out. It looks like he may be on his way, but
Yeah.
we'll see at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah.
He may have a part to play at the end of the season. We'll see.
Yeah. Who knows?
Zinchenko, what do you reckon?
For me, he is a. You know what?
Is he a left back? Can we put him in the left back category? We should have put him in midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. my bad.
Okay, so based on how he's played this season, I want to give him an 8.
Yep.
Based on his presence in the team as just a person and like how he brings the team to life.
And he lifts the fans. And okay.
Exactly.
Yep.
I would give him like a 9.5 in that regard.
Yeah.
So I think I think 8.5.
Yeah. I was going to say 8.5 as well because, purely because he makes us more unpredictable
Yeah.
and you don't know where he's going to pop up.
Yeah.
He could be on the right wing at some point and you're like, just what is going on? And then, every action he does, he's just lifting the fans
Yeah,
with him. He's
exactly,
dragging the team with him
Yeah.
at times. So, but no, I'm 8.5 as well.
All right. Onto the midfielders.
Let's go Vieira. Actually,
Yeah.
no, let's cover Lokonga first.
Oh, yeah, Lokonga. So Lokonga obviously only the first 6 months. Four,
Yeah.
whatever it is. First half of the season.
That's
Obviously is now on loan at Palace, which, I mean, they as a team aren't doing amazing at
Yep.
this very
But
moment.
from what we've heard, he's been
And
decent.
has just
at
sacked
Palace.
Vieira.
But I'm going to rate him for his time at Arsenal.
Yes,
So-
agreed.
So I'm going to say he's been given a chance here and there in cups and whatnot, and he's not
Hasn't
really
taken
taken
them.
it for me.
No.
He wants more minutes, which
Yeah.
is I think a loan would be good for him, especially at Palace.
Yep.
Would be a really good loan for him. But for now, I'm giving him a 4.
I was going to say 3.5.
3.5. Yep.
I think his attitude's poor. I think he expects more from what he's got.
He expects to be given the chance.
And he's just not. Like, when he got the opportunities, like last season, he seemed to have glimmers of like decency.
Yeah.
But this season, he just like, it's almost like his ego's got the better of him, and he's. I think he just needs a kind of reality check. And yeah, I don't know. I also wouldn't be surprised if we sold him on at the end of the season.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened either. But
yeah.
I have no doubt there's quality in there, but he just needs to find, first of all, his position and just,
And that's it. But still, even when he's played this season, there have been glimmers. Like, he can find that kind of killer pass.
Yeah.
I think he's decent at kind of controlling the play a little bit.
He just needs to grow into the role a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
El Neni.
Oh, El Neni. When he was playing, when did he get injured? I forget, like November?
Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't that long ago. It was like January, I swear.
I don't remember. December some point.
He's not played a lot, but he did come on a bit in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
And just, steady the ship.
Yeah.
Because he was all the depth that we had. And again, he's another one of those players. It says
on the box.
On the box it says use me however you want, and we do.
It's exactly what you expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he works hard, and he loves the club. I'm just gonna give him a 5.
Oh yeah, 5.5. I'd say. I think when he comes on, he's. I think again he's similar to Holding. Is like when you want to see out a game.
Yep.
Let's just bring on El Neni.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's just bring some sideways passing back into the game.
El Neni.
That's a good one.
The Pyramid Perlo. No, you know what? I've noticed he's added a bit more of a dimension to his game in that he...
Pyramid Perlo, it got me and then I'm like, wait, hold on. But actually,
in that he's got a bit more of a range of passing than just the backwards and sideways. Because the team allows him, because he's got that protection behind him, the team now allows him to be able to be a bit more creative. And he's not bad at it.
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
Vieira?
Yeah, Vieira. I actually am a big fan of Vieira.
I like him
especially as of late.
He's not clicked just yet.
Not just yet. He's starting to. You can see it, and he's had a couple of games now that not the Europa League games, but I think in the league, especially when
I think next season he's going to go bang.
Yeah, when he had that couple of game spell that he played instead of Xhaka a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
he played. I thought he played really well in those games.
He fit in pretty well.
I think it was Leicester.
There was the one game against Villa, the final ball that he played to Martinelli, and I just love how he was celebrating.
He came on in that game as well, I think.
And he's good in the dressing room too. He's really good mates with Martinelli. Yeah. And he just seems to be fitting in. Yeah. I feel like maybe he could go for a loan
you reckon?
To a Premier League club.
Yeah, I don't know.
To like a 10th to 6th team.
So who would I don't know.
Chelsea.
I don't know if I would loan him out next season.
That 10th sort.
Yeah.
No, he's good for depth as well. But
but I think he's growing into it, and I think he can be a pretty good player when he clicks.
I'm just going to give him
a little bit.
I'm going to give him a 6 though. I don't think he's done anything spectacular.
I was going to give him a 7.
Okay.
I think he's been alright.
Fair enough. Smith Rowe.
Your guy.
It's a touchy subject because he's been injured most of the season.
Yeah.
But when he's played, he hasn't looked like he's had the dynamism that he had last season. And you like that, don't you? It's a big word. But that is probably also because when he was playing earlier in the season, it had come out that he had been playing through an injury.
Yeah.
And then since he's been back, he's just been kind of eased into the minutes, and he just looks like he's not ready for that fast pace yet. So it's not that he's not. It's not that he's not been good this season, but he's not been good. You know, I'm just gonna give him a 5.
I was gonna give him a 5 too,
and it's a shame because because he was one of
our
best
player last season. I think he was our best
player.
And I don't know. It's a shame, but also I think you have a bit more of a, I guess, personal connection. Not as in you know him, but I think you're a little more connected to him than I am. But I don't know. I'm just if he continues the way he is, I don't know if I see much of a future.
No, don't
Because
be
this midfield's getting
no,
stacked
no,
here.
no, don't be like that.
Because okay,
No,
but just listen up.
I'm not
listen up.
entertaining it.
Okay, you don't
He's
have to
playing
entertain
left
it.
eight
You don't have to
eventually.
entertain
He's
it, but
gonna
just
play
listen
left
to
eight.
me. Listen to me for a 30-second period here, right? Next season, if our intention is to get Rice and Caicedo, or Rice and somebody else, because it's looking
Caicedo.
like Rice is happening. Rice and another midfielder
Rice
who
is
can
cooking.
slot
He's
in.
in the microwave right now. He's cooking.
I don't see Smith Rowe playing because Vieira's there and he's an 8.
See the way
Smith
I
Rowe.
the way I
The
see it,
only way I see Smith Rowe playing
I
is as
think
a
Vieira-
sub for
I think
Martinelli.
Vieira's more of a 10. So Vieira can be that Erdegaard backup, and Smith Rowe can be the Xhaka backup.
Well-
which in a year or two, Xhaka could potentially be moved on. Smith Rowe might even go
But
on
that
loan next season.
that Xhaka backup for me is Declan Rice or
Yeah, and,
Caicedo.
and that's what I mean. So Declan Rice, Xhaka, we get Declan Rice or Caicedo or even both in.
Yeah.
Xhaka then eventually leaves.
Next season,
I'd probably give it 2 seasons.
he's looking to sign a new contract.
yeah, exactly. He might even be until he's 38. Who
He's
knows?
30. So 2025
he's
is when
only
his
30.
his new
He's
contract's going to
29 or
run to,
30,
with an
so-
option to add on another year.
Yeah.
So that's
But-
another 3 years on Xhaka's contract.
But yeah, I don't know. It is tough to see where Emil slides in. But
Yeah.
we'll leave it at 5 each.
Yeah.
Now. So Jorginho.
Jorginho, when he's played, I think he's actually been pretty good.
For that Aston Villa goal,
for
I'm
the
gonna
last
give him
couple of months since he's joined.
I'm gonna
Obviously
give him a
joined in
10 for the
January.
Aston Villa goal.
The 10 and a half
Yeah.
for just that Aston Villa game in general. Even though it wasn't even his goal, I think just that moment was like, yeah.
Yeah,
He's an
it's
Arsenal
just
player.
unreal, yeah.
I'm a fan of Jorginho.
I don't mind him. Hey,
I
He-
don't. Yeah.
I think he slows us down a bit though,
Yeah.
which is just he sets his own tempo sort of thing, and he's vibing around the midfield,
Yeah.
and he connects us a bit more as well though.
Yeah. 6.5 for me.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to say like I think
there's
he's
not a lot of time that he's played. that
no
we can really
no. He's probably pretty similar to Kivior in that regard. So either 6.5 or I'm not rating him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 6 for now. Actually, you know what? I'll say 6.5 as well for that goal against Villa. So,
Yeah, purely.
but apart
just
from
'cause
that,
of
he's not done a great. There was one. Which game was it? He recently he played that ball in for Martinelli.
Oh yeah.
Was
He
that
played that
against
Martinelli
Sporting?
ball and then he's
And it was saved.
it was a pre-assist. No.
Was it?
It was the pre-assist. It was against it was for Xhaka's goal during the week. Jorginho played to Martinelli. Martinelli played to Xhaka. didn't he?
that's right. Yeah.
In the game against Sporting.
Speaking of Xhaka,
Yeah. Quality.
this is one of the biggest glow
With
ups.
Partey.
This is the best career revival I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
It's been sensational.
Yeah.
He has come into his own. He's got now 9 goals and assists,
Yeah.
which is fucking
Yeah. Scored last night
incredible.
as well.
He's finally found his position.
Yeah.
He's finally found the leadership role that we knew he could be. I want to give him like an 8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say 8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just, and I love to see it. I'm really happy because he has always been, like, you can tell he's a leader and you can tell he wants it more than anything. He's just been misused. And
Yeah.
now he's rightly so getting all the love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
TP,
To the man who facilitates every single player in this game.
numero 5,
TP.
Thomas Partey.
Thomas Partey. You know what? It's so weird because I think Xhaka gets sung all the praises this season, especially from the midfield.
I feel like Partey's got a lot too.
Yeah.
To be fair. He
Well,
has got a lot, but he is kind of the unnoticed guy in midfield who
Yeah.
just keeps us ticking.
yeah, but that
when-
6 always is. Though,
And
isn't
when
it?
he's gone, you know that he's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
You feel that he's gone. You can tell.
when he was gone for that couple of weeks, Xhaka wasn't performing.
And it's
and then
we've not got an overly athletic midfield,
no,
but Thomas Partey is quick and he holds his own.
yeah,
And like that's something that we've not seen before, but we have seen this season is that he is quick.
yeah,
And he can track back and he's capable of pinging a ball. He's capable of that first time shot,
yeah,
which he did against Spurs
Yeah.
and against
yeah. Now he's got it.
yeah.
Now he's unlocked
Yeah.
that trait.
Yeah, remember we had to wait ages for it, but
Yeah.
but I'm happy I'm gonna give him a 9.
I was gonna give him nah, you know what? I think I'll give him an 8.5.
Okay.
I think I'll give him an 8.5 because you're right. Like, I think to me, he is slightly better than Xhaka, But I think the only reason I'd give him a higher rating is because he facilitates the lot. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll give him a 9.
See, I'm going 9 because you can just tell when he's not there.
Yeah, and that's probably why. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think he deserves that sort of sense of we can't play without him sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Odegaard,
El Capitano.
El Capitan.
He.
Another one
I
who's
don't
looking to get 10
know.
goals, 10 assists.
Yeah.
But he's not. He phases. in
Yeah,
and out
he's
of
on and
games.
off, isn't he?
But for the most part, he's been really good. I still think he's having a great season.
I
He's
think
still
he's
only
having a great
23.
season. I
It's
agree.
his first season as captain. He's
Yeah.
trying to get used to taking on all the extra responsibility.
But he's not
I'm gonna
amazingly
I'm gonna give
consistent.
him a 9 as well.
I was going to give an 8.
8.
I don't think he's.
That's
I
fair.
don't think he's been. I just think his inconsistency is what does that.
I think he's a big part of
you
why
know,
we
you
are
know
where we
when
are.
you're playing away from home when you don't know Odegaard's playing.
No, see, that's a myth, bro.
I don't think it's a myth.
He's not Ozil.
There was who was the most recent away game that we played?
I don't know. What was the game we played last week?
Not against Sporting. I don't mean against Sporting in
No,
the
it
league.
was in last week. Was that at home? It was at home, wasn't
It was a home game.
it? Fulham. Yeah, we beat Fulham
Fulham.
3-0 at home.
No,
I
that
don't
was
know,
away.
look,
That was away. We played them
was it
away.
away?
Yeah.
Alright, well,
That game I didn't. Oh, I don't know.
you're waffling, bro.
Either way,
I think he's
I
been
don't know.
the
I think he's
reason
been
that
alright.
we have been so dominant in our wins,
when you win, Odegaard is a massive part of it.
which we've won like all but 3 or 4 games this season. So what are you waffling about, brother?
Nah, I'm sticking with an 8. To be fair, I don't know. I think he's. I don't know because I actually do think he's also been the best midfielder in the league, but I don't think he's been
He's on.
amazing.
He's on. If Haaland wasn't a fucking robot, he's on.
Okay,
on
change it to
track
8.5. 8.5.
He's on track for the player of the season shout for me.
Yeah, well, Odegaard, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what's weird, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not weird.
I think in my head I'm like,
he's
nah,
there
he
on merit,
he's-
lad.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll stick with 8.5 though.
Moving on. I'm giving him a 9.
Alright.
That's my captain right there. Let's go into Marquinhos.
It's weird because Odegaard's also like my favorite player.
Yeah, exactly.
So
You're just waffling. You're trying to make
no, I'm not. I'm not.
Marquinhos. No, Marquinhos.
I almost don't even want to give him a rating
Yeah,
either.
that's fair. I just remember his debut.
He literally
against-
played. Yeah, he played one Europa League game
in the
and that's
Europa
it.
League. I can't remember, like the
Yeah.
first or second Europa League game.
And he
got a
scored,
goal
got
and
the goal
assist.
assist.
Good goal.
And he cried
good
when he
assist.
scored.
Yeah,
As he should
that's
be.
my guy. But yeah, I don't really want to give him a rating either.
Nah, I won't
He's
give him a
now at
rating.
Norwich.
But maybe one for the future.
Yeah.
He looks decent.
Yeah,
He looks all right.
which is good. The shrewd signings.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nelson?
Nelson would
Yeah.
probably be a second.
Obviously been injured basically the entire season.
Yeah,
Well,
but
he didn't play much at the start. Got injured.
He has had 2 absolutely incredible substitution performances that have landed us where we are.
Yeah.
That are massive contributions to it. Because the first one was against Forest.
Yeah.
He got a 3-goal contribution haul to win us the game. And then obviously the second one was the other
Bournemouth.
week. Bournemouth.
Yeah. But one of the some people are saying the best Emirates moment ever.
Some people are saying that's our
If
Vincent
we win the
Kompany
league, it'll be
moment.
that. Yeah.
And I can't.
And I think
can't
purely
blame him.
based off those 2 appearances in general,
He
and the
gets a
fact that
14.
he's well, 7.5.
I'm 7.5 as well.
He's kind of your boy as well.
I
isn't
do, yeah. He's my original boy, but I think if he can stay fit, because you watch him on the ball, he's so silky.
he is silky. He's like Sancho when he was at Dortmund.
Yeah,
in my eyes,
exactly.
He just and they
It's
grew up
funny 'cause,
together. Those
they
two,
were best
didn't they?
mates when they were growing up. So, but yeah, I just really want him to get just consistency. You know.
Yeah.
Let's go Nketiah. That's a tough
7.
one for me. Yeah. I'm inclined
When he
to say
played,
7 as
when
well.
obviously Jesus got injured, he came in and played. He did a job. I don't think he did as well as what people.
He got a brace against United.
Yeah.
And then from there, I think so. You notice when Nketiah came in, Martinelli dropped off.
Came in the room.
He came in the room, and Martinelli dropped off.
Yeah.
And I think there was a stat. Over like 3 or 4 games, Nketiah had passed to Martinelli like 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's like that's not Nketiah's fault. It's just to me the role he's been asked to play and how he plays it, whatnot. But he just doesn't bring players in like a Trossard, like a Jesus does. You know, he's not going to move out to the wing. He's not going to come all the way back to DM to play a 1-2 from the centre back to the right back. Like it's just that's not what he's going to do.
No.
And he's just basically going to run onto the ball, which he does pretty good, but he kind of his form dropped off a bit after a few starts. And I'd almost say 6.5.
Yeah. I mean, I'll stick with 7 only because I think he wasn't. I think he's lucky that the entire team played well when he was in. I think if everything went to shit when Jesus got injured.
Which is not to say he's not played well.
No, and that's what I mean is that it's not necessarily. He's had a few really
good all-round centre forward performances, just without getting any GA. But
I don't know. I think 7's fair.
I'll say 7 as well.
Yeah.
Trossard
for me. I mean, as much as we didn't want to rate Kivior and we kind of reluctantly
but Trossard's made 10 appearances for us.
But Trossard has played basically every single game since he's been in and has registered a goal and 6 assists.
Yep. And there is a stat. He's got 6 assists in like the 10 games he's played for us. I think it's 6 in his last 5.
6 in the last 5, yeah.
And so prior to that, he had 5 assists in the last 60-something games.
54, I think you said it was.
54 games, which is just not.
That's a crazy stat.
Which is absolutely
he's got 6 in 5.
We were signing him to be a winger backup,
and
as opposed to Mudryk. And he's playing 9, and he's playing it really well.
He is playing really well.
Like to the point where Jesus is back, and he might not get back.
Because in my mind, Partey and Jesus are the 2 facilitators in our team. Partey facilitates Xhaka and sometimes Odegaard, right? Jesus facilitates Martinelli.
Yep. And Xhaka.
And so when Jesus plays well and he brings in Martinelli into the game, and Nketiah when he was in, we lost Martinelli for a week, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Martinelli didn't do anything.
That's what when we were saying he could be a streets won't forget player.
Well, that's why we said it was because he just for some reason his form dipped off, and then
since Trossard's been starting, Martinelli's got 6 and 6.
Exactly, he's back into it. So I think Trossard coming in and essentially becoming Jesus.
Yep.
Has been perfect for us, and I think even in the last couple of weeks.
What a compliment! You are Jesus, my boy.
You literally are Jesus.
You are the Jesus for this team.
But yeah, I'm
honestly
inclined to give Trossard a 7.5.
After those 10 games, I'm giving him an 8.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're 7.5.
7.5 only because he's not played a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard to judge, but also from what he's played,
it would be to the players who have played all season to give Trossard higher than an 8 for only playing 10 games would discredit the other boys.
Yeah.
So let's go Martinelli.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let's go Jesus. Let's save the star boys to last. Go Jesus.
Jesus has just come back from injury, hasn't he?
He has.
I want to give Jesus a
90.
Yeah. I want to give Jesus a 7.5 as well.
7.5?
No, I lie. 8 because he's been injured, because he hasn't played. I think 8.
That's true.
And when he was in, he was quality. The only reason as well is when he had played, he just wasn't quite as much as he was. Everyone else was doing it around him. As a striker, I want numbers.
It's the big chances missed, isn't it? It's that. And that's the only reason. If he was giving us numbers, but that's the thing, you ask for both. It's almost asked for too much. For him to bring everyone into the game with him and lift everyone else, or he can do it all himself and score the goals himself. But yeah, I want to give him an 8 because of what we missed when he was out, though.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8.
But the thing is, the big chances missed and the goals he's not been getting is what makes you think, oh, what if we had like an Osimhen? Osimhen. Yeah, so I'm going to give him an 8. I'm giving him an 8.5 for me.
Okay. I mean, I'm not disagreeing because, like, as in you could easily give him a 9 even, really.
Yeah.
But like, each time he played, he didn't have a bad game before he got injured. Yeah. It was just phenomenal to watch him play. Yep. But I think just because he has been injured, he hasn't played that much.
It's the BCM.
It's the big chances that he's missed, and then also just that, I think 8's fair, though.
Yeah. No,
I think it's fair.
You give him an 8, I'll go 8.5.
Yeah.
Martinelli.
Martinelli.
Martinelli. It's the same. It's a similar
He's
story
our
with
top
everyone.
scorer at the
Yeah.
moment. I have to give him a 9.
It's a similar story with everyone in that there were those few weeks where he dropped off,
Yeah.
and that coincides with when Nketiah was in the game.
Yeah.
But apart from those, he's been absolutely
Yeah.
incredible,
Yeah.
scintillating.
Yeah.
I want to give him a 9.5.
Yeah. The only reason I'm not giving him 9.5 is because the next player I'm giving a 9.5.
Yeah, see, that's.
But I don't want to. But this is the thing. But
You see where I'm going with
But,
that.
well, I see where you're going, but I don't want to give a 10.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. So easy, Martinelli, 9.5. Purely, he's our top scorer.
yep.
He just
His finishing is incredible.
he's super mature.
I do love his almost the Thierry finish.
Yeah.
The inside
Yeah.
curled far
Yeah.
post, but he's got his own thing.
Yeah.
Where he falls over when he doesn't.
He does, and I love it every
because
time.
he puts that much of himself
Yeah.
into it, and I just love it. So
Yeah.
yeah, 9.5 for me.
Yeah.
And
then-
there's only up for him. Actually, no, there was a stat where Firmino is the player with the Brazilian with the most goals in a single Premier League season,
Yeah.
which was only 15, surprisingly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Martinelli's on 13 currently.
Well, I also just would have thought there was another Brazilian that scored more than that.
Yeah, but rack of my mind, I
Obviously-
can't think of any.
obviously
So
not.
yeah, Martinelli's currently on 13 with 10
Yeah.
games to go.
So it could be the highest scoring Brazilian in the Premier League in a single season.
Erling Haaland, we're coming
Yeah,
for you.
watch out.
son.
Watch
We're
out,
coming.
buddy. I don't know what type of. I don't know. This won't be posted for a couple of weeks. The international breaks are just
We
starting.
could be there already.
Haaland could get injured in the international break, and Martinelli could be coming.
Well, we don't like to hope for that. He's a robot though, so we'll just release a new system update and he'll be fine. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
just put him in some rice. And then
Okay, and then
The
last
star
but
boy.
not least for the players, yes, the star boy,
Star boy.
Bukayo, Little Chili.
Little Chili Saka.
You got all sorts of names for him.
God's child.
God's child.
My
yeah.
child.
Yeah, 9.5.
See,
I think it's super simple. I don't want to give it 10 because I feel like I'd give if it comes to the end of the season and his performance has
but it won't.
stayed the same.
Oh, it stayed the same, yeah.
And maybe gets a hat trick in there because he's due one. I did say that.
Yeah.
Gets a hat trick, 10 easily, like absolutely, right?
See,
but the season's not done. This is just a so far rating.
The
I can't give it 10.
way I see it, right? You look at Bukayo Saka. He's being compared to Rashford in his absolute prime. He's been compared to all the best wingers in the league in the world. Saka's 21, bruv. Like freshly 21. And he's the first player in the league to get double figures for goals and assists. And he got another three goal contribution haul.
Yeah. Last Arsenal
night
player to get double goals and assists was
was
Alexis Sanchez in 16-17.
Exactly.
So
it's only up from here for me.
Yeah.
And I can't fault being given these 21.
yeah.
He's been doing this for a couple of years, and now he's proper going bang,
Yeah.
getting the numbers.
Yeah.
I'm giving him a 10.
Yeah.
I don't-
I'm not disagreeing. Like I think, yeah, sure, but it's also
I think it is probably premature to give him a 10.
Yeah.
but for what he's done up until now,
Yeah.
he's that's
Yeah.
my star boy right there.
Yeah.
So number 10. Yep.
Yeah.
Arteta.
Mikel Arteta is our final rating.
Yep.
Just because we thought, well, you know what, players, yes, obviously they play a big part,
Mm-hmm.
but the manager here has played an even bigger part in my eyes. Again, similar to Saka, I don't want to go premature and give him a 10, but I am going to give him a 9.5.
I'm just going to give him a 9.
Okay.
As good as
Oh,
much
I mean,
as we
yeah.
are overachieving this season.
In the league.
We're out of the FA Cup.
That's a good point.
We're out of the Carabao Cup early. Out of the Europa League. And I understand that he's not had the depth.
Yeah.
But, you kind of want a bit more. And I know at the start of the season I'd bite your hand off it being where we are now.
Yeah.
But,
Don't do that.
if it does, if we do fall apart in the league and City catch us, because they're inevitable.
Yeah.
We've
Then
got
there's really
nothing
something
to
say.
show for the season.
And I think and this is where it's how did Ten Hag put it?
7.5.
Squeezy bum time.
Squeezy bum time, yeah.
Because it is, and it's like now we're relying on the Premier League.
Yep.
We're now in a position
We
where
need
okay,
it.
if we don't win the league,
It's almost a failed
it will
season.
almost feel like a failed
Yeah.
season.
And we will be memed so hard.
Yeah.
There's so many receipts
Yeah.
against us, so it's just
Yeah. So, yeah. But I'll stick with a 9.5 because I think he's done a phenomenal job. I think just in the position that he's got us in the league.
Yep.
I think just the enjoyment he's been able to bring back to fans.
the unity that
And
he's
just
given,
like
and
what he's done with all the young
the
players,
fact that
and
it is impossible to get tickets right now is purely down to him.
Yeah.
Like there's even the small things like like when you're walking, the players are walking onto the training field.
Yeah.
He's put words on the ground there that
Yeah.
says train the way you play.
Yeah.
And it's like just the small
Yeah.
details.
yeah,
The club crest he's put at the front of
Yeah.
London Colney, like
yeah, all the little changes to
He's
bring back
really-
the club culture.
the culture of the
Yeah.
club, absolutely.
And I think as well, I think just I think I had it in my head. What was I going to say? I can't remember.
Come on, buddy.
No, I can't remember what I was going to say.
Thinks
but
we've
I
got all
do.
day.
But I seriously think one, I think regardless of who wins the Premier League, I think he should get Manager of the Year.
Yes, so he's won it twice, Manager of the Month twice?
Yeah.
3 times?
Yeah. Twice, I think.
Twice. And, well, he's on track to win it for March now.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because
So-
he's won every single game.
Yeah. So, I think Manager of the Year for sure.
Yeah.
If we get second, we'll see.
Yeah.
10 games to go, 10 finals, so we'll find out now.
Yeah.
But that's our ratings.
Yeah.
What do you reckon you'd change? Is there anyone we've severely underrated or overrated?
Yeah.
We'll go through it really quickly. Ramsdale, we both gave an 8. Matt Turner a 6. Ben White, Tom gave 8.5. I gave him a 9. Tommy Yasu, 7.5, 6.5. So around that 7 mark. Saliba, we both gave an 8. Gabriel, 8.5. Holding, you gave a 6.5. I gave him a 7. Kivior, we didn't rate. Too soon to rate.
Yeah.
Zinchenko both gave an 8.5. Tierney, 6.5.
Yeah.
Partey, 9. Xhaka 8.5, Jorginho 6.5. So we agreed on a lot.
Yeah.
Erdegaard, you gave an 8.5, I gave a 9.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe, I gave a 5, you gave a 5, so 5's all round. Vieira, you gave a 7, I gave a 6. Lakonga, you gave a 3.5, so the lowest rating, which is kind of fair.
Yeah, I feel like that's warranted.
I gave him a 4 as well, so. El Neni, you gave a 5.5, I gave a 5. Jesus, almost controversially, Thomas gave an 8. I gave an 8.5. Saka, our player of the season so far, 9.5 and a 10 respectively. Martinelli 9 and a 9.5. Marquinhos we didn't rate again.
Yeah.
Nelson 7.5 each. Trossard 7.5 and an 8, and then Nketiah 7s each.
Yeah.
And of course, Mikel Arteta
Super Mick Arteta.
9.5 and a 9. So
Yeah.
that's our current player ratings.
Yeah.
2/3 of the way through.
10
the
games
season.
left. So
Just over 2/3 of the way through the season. So hopefully by the end of the season,
Yep.
we're given higher ratings.
Yeah,
They're-
and
they're
we'll do
really
it. We'll do
high.
an end of season review as well because I think this sort of stuff is obviously very likely to change, even just whatever the outcome is. If we don't win the league, then these will drop probably.
They'll
if we
drop
win the league,
drastically, I reckon.
I think we probably could have way more 10s in here.
Yep.
Um.
Look, everyone gets 10 if we win the league.
Oh yeah.
It's
Apart from the Conga.
It's like when that's just bullying. But, well, he's not the club anymore.
Yeah.
It's like when Saudi Arabia beat Argentina and
Mm.
the president. or
Yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah.
The fucking.
And he bought him.
yeah,
he bought him all cars
or
and
some
stuff.
shit
Yeah.
like that. Anyway, that'll do us there.
Yeah.
We'll call it there.
Yeah.
Anyone else you want to rate real quick? I think that's it.
Rate our podcast 5 stars in Spotify.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And we will
Just keep an eye out on all our socials. Make sure to follow us:
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter,
Yeah.
Spotify. This is on Apple Music and everything too. So.
We don't know which week we're going to post this one. When it comes to it, we'll obviously you're away for 5.
And that's
5 of the
where-
weeks.
And you'll know because we'll post on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Instagram.
So follow us on all of the socials. 1, so that you can see all of this guy's international adventures, but also just so you can keep up with everything else that we're posting and
with our terrible football takes.
exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, and we will see you when Daniel is back from Europe.
See ya.